Good morning, coming to you live from the most hardcore guest bedroom that you'll ever find. So I want to talk today about, I know it's a bit of a clickbait title, but it's basically the most powerful pec stretch that I do. It's part of my arsenal. It's a good one to include because it really, you can feel this whole line, pec major, pec minor, bicep, all of this stuff really being stretched out when you do this. You can apply different contractions, different control. You can use breathing cues to make everything more intense. And I know that I don't do this one enough personally, especially if I'm doing a lot of, anything that involves the anterior side of the body. So yeah, really good to do if you're sitting at a desk, really good to do especially if you're training a lot of planche, all of this kind of stuff, everything that's using this. So it's going to involve a pair of rings. You can modify it so you don't have to use rings, but rings are just convenient because now a lot of gyms and even home setups have them. The idea is kind of like a modified German hang with a little bit different angle and with the feet on the floor. So if you're not familiar with the German hang, it's good to do that one first. So internal rotation of the shoulders. I'm on my feet right now and you can't see it. Just kind of let yourself sink down. And even with the feet, this is still a really nice stretch for the shoulders, feels really good. So what we're gonna do, and you kind of have to play with the height, because sometimes the amount of lean can really change how and where you feel the stretch. But I'm going to try to explain the best angle that I think works most effectively. So this is the first movement we need to do. So from the German hang, and right now what I'm doing is just leaning away. I'm leaning out. I'm trying not to arch the back, so I'm not too strict about it, but I do want to keep a bit of a hollow position, whatever you want to call it, posterior pelvic tilt. So this is the first movement. From here I go into my German hang, internal rotation of the shoulders, and I lean away from the rings. I extend my hips, I keep my back flat, and then this is where it gets intense. So what I start to do is open the rings out. So again, I have to play with the angle, but what I'm looking for, so notice I can keep the same shoulder position and I have this much turn. But what I actually want is my palm, or rather the ring, to be parallel to, like this. So parallel to the walls in this room for this instance. So I'm leaning away, I rotate, and now this is my maximum rotation with this shoulder angle. So what I can do is, oh, there it is, that's terrible. What I can do is go further, and it changes the angle of the shoulder so that now, instead of my arms being here, they're here, and you get this line. So I don't know what angle that is. You can't see it anyway because the angles are weird. It's kind of a small room to record in. But basically, keep going from here until your palms are there, so that the rings and your palms are facing away from you, and you'll know when you get there. Most people, when they do this, when I coach them through it, they think they're turned and they're actually not turned enough. So maintain external rotation, go further than you think. Keep as much weight on your feet as you need to keep it safe, because to some degree it's basically like a shoulder dislocate, but it's kind of a progression for that, but it's slow. So weight in the feet, find the angle that you want. I'm bending my knees right now, but so here to here, and then this is the position we want to hold. And when I'm there, I just lean away, and I feel that in a lot of different places. So once we're holding that position, one thing we can do is just hang out there. It's very uncomfortable, so get comfortable. The second thing you can do is just small contractions in either direction. So one contraction is going to be to bring the arms together, like you're doing, stepped on something, like you're doing a pec fly. Yeah, it's a subtle one, so it's not like I'm doing a full movement. I'm just thinking about activating the pecs by bringing them together a little bit, just to feel that muscle working, and then I can relax it again. And then the other contraction I can do is to actively push that way. So I'm actively extending the arms and the hands like this, back towards the rings. It's also a very subtle one, but the idea is that when I do these, I'm building control of the muscle in that end range in both directions. So I think both of those contractions are really important for basically any stretch. But here, push, relax. Push together, relax. And then the third thing you can do, once you've done a few of those contractions, this one's really interesting specifically with the pec stretch, is using your breath to take it further. So this is a concept I learned from Kit Lachlan with his crossbow stretch, but the idea is that when I breathe, I think about expanding the chest as I breathe, and when that happens, I get a deeper stretch, and then when I breathe out, rather than contracting the chest, I think about pushing the arms further back away from me. So basically every breath is acting like a ratchet that's tightening this whole system, so I can get deeper literally every breath that I take. So I'm going to do a whole set now so you can see what it looks like. So start with internal rotation, just kind of calibrate a little bit, find your angle, and then there it is, full external rotation. Rings are facing away. I feel it. I definitely feel it. Breathe and relax. Contraction, bringing the arms together like a pec fly. Relax. Feel that in my left. My left one has been angry. Contraction of pushing my arms back towards the rings. Relax. Breathing, and now what I'm going to do is try to breathe through the chest and take that stretch further. So I can go a little bit further when I do that. Yeah, now I got into some places that I haven't been before in a while. I'm going to do 2 more like that. Last one. Yeah, the left one's a lot tighter for me. So when I come out, watch this. I'm not going to come out fast. I'm going to come out by centering myself over the rings and trying not to engage the muscles that I stretch. So loose, relax, let the arms hang down. Yeah, it feels much better. So really good stretch. Give this one a try. Let me know how it goes. I think as far as what you can do solo, this is really one of the most powerful pec, specifically, pec and bicep stretches that you can do. So really good for anyone in general, but specifically for a lot of these bodyweight athletes. And again, especially, I've already said this, if you're doing a lot of planche, you're going to start to get, really used to the planche position. So this is a really, really good exercise to help counteract that. So yeah, give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what else you'd like to see on this channel, and I'll try to keep putting stuff out there. Enjoy.